What's goody, people? This is Fallback Digital here. People, what's going on? Back here with another reaction, man. And this reaction is, it's in regards to what's going on in New York, man. Like, I really agree with what this man is saying right here. And I really don't want to I just want to you know,
Don't buy another pair of
I just want to just play it for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say too much because this man says a lot and it's real. It's really something for people to really think about and really think about because he's right. Know what I mean, I'm doing a reaction to this, but I saw this joint already, man. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Know what I mean, a lot of reaction people don't keep it real with y'all. They be seeing the joint already. You know what I mean? They be seeing what happened already. You understand? But with me, I saw it because I'm pissed off too. Know what I'm saying? This is supposed to be the American dream or somewhere or some have you, what have you. But at the same time, they doing all this stuff that we don't know of. This is all new. What's happening in Trump is all new. But anyway, let's just let this man talk. Understand? And let's get to it because the message got the message gotta be there, man. We gotta have a message there. You understand me? The message we gotta let this message go and 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 show the people how they playing, man. They not playing fair. You understand me? They are not playing fair. So we gotta do what we gotta do. You understand me? To let them know what's going on. So let's do this right here and let's get this started because I'm having a little technical difficulties real quick, but hey, don't mind me. I got it. So let's start this. Let's go. Because listen to this. Listen to Kevin O'Leary, man.
or reduce his bond to $100 million. The New York Post calling the unprecedented case a high seize by the strong arm of the law. And critics have pointed out Attorney General James campaigned on getting Trump.
Hold on, I gotta hear this.
I will never be afraid to challenge this illegitimate president when our fundamental rights are at stake. I believe that the president of these United States can be indicted.
Hold on. See, right there on off the rip. Right there off the rip, she's disrespecting the president of the United States when he was president. That's one. She should have been locked up for that, yo. For real, for real. Let's keep it moving.
For criminal offenses.
Will you sue him for us?
Oh, we're gonna definitely sue him. We're gonna be a real pain in the He's gonna know my name personally.
That man in the White House who can't go a day without threatening our fundamental rights.
Yes, we need to focus on Donald Trump and his abuses. We need to follow his money. We need to find out where he's laundered money. We need to find out whether or not he's engaged in conspiracy. It's important that everyone understand that the days of Donald Trump are coming to an end.
Now you see that, right? We gotta find out if he did some, like, come on. Why you gotta find? If you gotta find, that means that there's nothing there. There's nothing there. You looking for stuff to pin on him, and just that. Like, why you not doing that with Biden? Like, for real. Like, Biden is the guy. He's the guy that everybody you suspect Trump of doing all these things, right? But you don't suspect Biden of anything. As president, y'all scared of him? What happened? You the attorney general. What happened? You was saying all this when Trump was president. Why you not saying this with Biden? Biden is sniffing little girls. His son is using crack and basically molesting little girls and yeah. And things of that nature, allegedly. I gotta throw that out there. But all the evidence is out there. But everything this attorney general Letisha James, she has no evidence, but she's winning. in this court case, you know it's corrupt. Everybody knows. Like, really? Really, no evidence. Banks is paid back. They not complaining. They didn't call police. They didn't call Letisha James. They didn't do none of that. But yo, let me get back to it, man, because I could go on and on. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off at America. Like, really? Like, really? Let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going because I'm going to be like so pissed off. I could keep going and going and going with this, man. For real. Let's go.
I look forward to going into the office of Attorney General every day, suing him, defending your rights, and then going home.
Well, she made good on that promise. With that, let's go live to Eric Shawn with more on former President Trump's bond problems. Eric.
Yeah, talk about a problem, Kaylee. Donald Trump now has 6 days to come up with that $454 million.
Crazy.
If he can't, he could lose his properties like Trump Tower, seized by the New York State Attorney General. Trump must fork over a bond worth nearly $500 million in order to satisfy that judgment, set by Judge Arthur Engoron in Trump's real estate civil fraud trial. You may remember that Engoron found that the Trump organization overvalued its real estate assets to get better loan terms from banks. Well, now the former president is asking an appeals court, though, to pause the judgment or accept a lower bond of only $100 million. Trump's attorneys wrote in the court filing this, quote, obtaining such cash through a fire sale of real estate holdings would inevitably result in massive, irrecoverable losses, textbook irreparable injury. Well, if Mr. Trump doesn't meet the deadline on Monday, Attorney General Letisha James, who brought the case, could potentially freeze his bank accounts and then even go after some of his real estate properties, like the iconic Trump Tower, to satisfy the judgment. Trump says that would be unfair, pending the final outcome of his appeal. The Chubb and
like, come on, guys. Like, the whole world should be protesting this right now. The whole world. Like, really. Just because this woman is black, y'all scared to approach this woman on some, yo, you race, like, she was race baiting, she was campaigning and all that. To take this dude down, like, seriously, like, come on. This joint is ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Like, y'all don't see the problem here? It's a big issue here. Big issue. For real. It's a big issue. And right now, everybody needs to either protest or serve the court papers, serve her papers, serve her office papers. Make a complaint, civilian complaint board. Everybody needs to do their part because that right there is unheard of. It's literally unheard of. Nobody never heard of this. Professionals, investors, everything. Nobody ever heard of this. Now, you know why? It's because it's what? Election interference. They don't want this man running for president, but he's still going to run. This man, he lived a marvelous life for many years. For many years. For many years. He had a prosperous life. Understand that? So at the same time, it's like why not keep going? He keep going, you never know. He might get rich and get all his money back, right? So he's going to keep going. And I like him for that. I want him in that office even more for that. Because it's like, yo, it's like Biden, he don't fight. He don't even be trying to take no damn questions. He don't want to say nothing. The hard questions come about, what happened? He walks right out the door. They be like, oh, I got a question for you. I got a question for you. This is down the third. I got a question for you. Understand? And then he keeps doing that. Now, that's not right. That is not right. Like, why would somebody do that? Trump is that bad? I don't think so. We had Trump for 4 years already. You think we forgot about those 4 years? No. The 4 years that we going through now is freaking hell. We seeing children dying, women unalived. Excuse me, I can't say that. Everybody is being unalived under this guy's presidency. Unalived. We're at the brinks of World War III, about to be World War IV and V. Are you kidding me? But she ain't mentioning nothing about this guy. Know what I mean? She ain't mentioning nothing about this guy. Like, come on. Oh man, we not even halfway through the video yet, and I'm already like I'm pissed off, dogs. I'm pissed off. I'm sorry. I don't even know Trump. But I know that this is the American dream. The American dream is when you can go about your business and not worry about people like her to come in and just have a personal vendetta against you and just go ahead and just do what she want. But we know that's not what it is. We know that she's doing this for what? Favors for who? We know somebody sitting in office right now who knows he's not going to win. So now he's trying everything in his power for him not to win. But you know what, man? Let me cool down, guys. I gotta cool down. I have to cool down. And let's get back to the video because we're not even halfway through the video and I'm already flaming right now. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Let's go.
Insurance company is covering a bond for Trump to pay the $83 million judgment from the E. Jean Carroll case. And that jury found that Trump was liable for sexually abusing her back in the 1990s. And a second jury found that he defamed her. Well, that bond was accepted by Chubb because he had the cash to cover it. But Chubb now reportedly declined accepting the larger bond. And that leaves Mr. Trump now on the edge of a financial cliff. This is the way it works. In order to post the bond, insurance companies basically need cash as collateral. They are not relying on just his real estate assets. Because he apparently doesn't have all that money in the bank, the 30 insurance companies his lawyers said that they approached to post the bond, well, all 30 said no. Kaylee?
Eric Sean, thank you very much.
Yo,
do not let them raise your rates.
Excuse the ad, people. My mistake. All right, let's go.
There was nothing.
Kevin, you just heard Eric lay out a fire sale, and that would essentially make former President Trump sell his assets at a reduced cost. And if he wins on the appeal, it's easy to ask how that's fair that he's then engaged in this fire sale. But not only that,
y'all.
Wall Street Journal editorial board says insurers may also fear Miss James' legal retribution. That's highly problematic. And you've made this point many times. They say anyone who does business in New York ought to worry about how Miss James could likewise twist the screws on them.
I don't think it's a case by Trump at all anymore. I think people should be thinking about the policy being put in place here, the competitiveness of New York State versus other U.S. states, but more importantly, the message about the American brand. You think about America, the reason this is the number one economy on earth is that we have laws and we have due process and we have property rights. It attracts foreign capital from all around the world. All of that is being shaken to the core here. The concept of seizing assets in 30 days on a bond number that's never been issued. No insurance bond company's ever issued anything near this, so it was no.
Well, y'all hear that, right, guys? No one near. Never happened. Like, come on. They not playing fair.
Chance it was going to happen. And only giving 30 days notice and time, that's a really bad message. And I think New Yorkers should think well past Trump. Whether he's president or not, or whether this attorney general is gone in 4 years or not, it's irrelevant. This is case setting against the American brand. The most stable country on earth, anywhere, to put capital to work over a long period of time, particularly in real estate, is the United States of America. This is an assault on what we believe to be core. And I find it extraordinary. I think it's very troubling. It has absolutely nothing to do with Donald Trump at this point, in my view, and it is completely bipartisan. This is an attack on America, and I don't know how you can look at it any other way. And as an investor, and I know plenty of investors are completely disturbed by this.
For real.
But, I mean, no one is going to...
Because the investors, they thinking about it like, listen, what if this joint happened to me? If this happened to me, I come through and I do an investment. I got a building. Know what I mean? I go about and I fight for, know what I mean? I go about on what I believe in. You just going to go ahead and just play me and take my wealth from my family and kids? That's foul. They literally taking wealth from him and his kids. Like, it's crazy. Like, literally crazy, guys. Like, yo, let's keep it going.
Put any money to work in New York in these amounts until this thing settles down. The whole world is watching, and everybody's waiting for one thing we haven't got yet: adult supervision. Where is it? Where are the adults in this crazy narrative?
It's all
Certainly,
kids.
there's got to be adult supervision at some point. And I understand, you know, the war going on here and all the political yada yada woof woof woof. But we need an adult in the room now. This is the United States of America under siege.
Yeah, that's very well said. Emily, I think the million-dollar question is what happens Monday if this deadline comes? Letisha James has threatened to seize assets, which seems incomprehensible. What happens Monday?
So technically, she can start attempting to seize all of his properties. That includes not only the real estate holdings, it includes arts and wages and anything that he essentially owns. If she legally, she can attempt to go after assets that he owns in other states. That includes Mar-a-Lago, places in Florida. She has to go through the courts there. That would be a lengthy, cumbersome process. But at the end of the day, we have frankly heard her gloat with glee over that possibility. She says, I'm getting this back for New Yorkers. I'm not quite sure what that looks like. As a New Yorker, what I am paying for is not only the destruction of America, as Kevin eloquently put it, but the absolute abuse of my tax dollars. Just a couple fundamentals of this. So the reason why the bond is over $500 million is because you have to post 120% of your judgment. This judgment accrues $112,000 a day. That is over twice the average American salary is what the interest is on this abomination of a judgment for this defendant. And by the way, a New York appeals court, as we know, just confirmed. Yes, Trump is on the hook for the full bond. Yep, no delay. Sorry, you have to pay the whole thing. And guess what was appointed? An independent director. So my tax dollars are now also paying for another person to ensure compliance by President Trump. To your point about, when you bring up this cruel and unusual punishment, the Eighth Amendment states excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. If there is anything that this Eighth Amendment prohibits and tried to prescribe against, believe me, it is $500 million of judgment for a working New York employer with 0 victims.
Well said. And Trump's attorneys say
0 victims.
That the real judgment, to your point, 120% comes out at $557.5 million for a victimless situation.
Yeah. So I think 2 great points there. The unprecedented nature of this from the case, from the judgment, from the amount of money that's being sought, and also the timeline in which it's being sought. And then Kevin had a great point about adults in the room, which brings us back to the Eighth Amendment. Are the adults in the room ultimately going to be the Supreme Court? So that's the question of where this could potentially head. We are looking at Monday. The $1 million question is a $500 million question as they dig into that. And we'll see if they actually do end up going after any of the properties. And as you mentioned, if it's one property and a fire sale, and then they sort of start to make their own argument where they're saying the properties were never valued the way they should have been. Look, we just did this sale. Look what we got. And in reality, it's a fire sale instead of a fair market. But we'll see what ultimately happens.
Lisa, I bring this up again and again because I think this is the crux of everything we are speaking about is this Associated Press analysis. Nearly 70 years of civil cases under the law showed that such a penalty has only been imposed a dozen previous times. And Trump's case stands apart in a significant way. It's the only big business found that was threatened with a shutdown without a showing of obvious victims and major losses. Let me translate. unprecedented.
Well, yeah, and he was even called a whale client because of the amount of money that could be made from him. Look, this has been called un-American, but what's important to point out is this is America now. This is the America that we live in. This is the norm, this kind of lawfare against political opponents. And, Attorney General Letisha James campaigned on this, right? She said she would get Trump. Now she is getting Donald Trump. And if you dig into the ruling, what is so evil about it is to make it impossible for him to even appeal, right? Because he has to come up with the cash to be able to appeal, almost $500 million to even be able to appeal this ruling. He also made it where he was barred from trying to borrow from a New York bank. And then even beyond that, his team's attorneys pointed out that only a handful of bond companies are approved by Treasury to issue and to underwrite a bond this large. And at max, they'll do like a single $100 million a bond. So the judge knows that the task that he has put in front of Trump, this ruling, is impossible to meet. The standard, it's impossible to meet to be able to appeal. And the pain is the point.
And as the Wall Street Journal editorial board, some of these insurance companies may fear retribution from the Attorney General. That's not how America's supposed to work. But here we are. Welcome.
Hey, everyone.
Yo, so y'all hear that, right? Like, come on. It's getting crazy out here and everywhere. If it's happening in New York, it's happening. If it happens to Trump, the former president, you think it won't happen to a businessman, an investor? Stressing out like, yo, they trying to bankrupt me, they trying to ruin me, and then we just look at them and just let it happen. Like, no, we gotta look at every case. Every case is yo, we gotta look at it, man. Everybody, like, yo, oh man, this right here is like really something to look at. The Supreme Court need to look at this too, man. Like, for real, like, this is not the American way. This is like the corruption way. And what y'all think, man? What y'all think? Let me know in the comments below, man. Like, please go crazy on the comments. Let me know. Subscribe, like, comment, do all the things, man. Like, for real. Let's get this community going because it has to be real. We gotta have truth news. We gotta have truth social. We gotta have X. We gotta have these things in place. Independent news people. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, YouTubers who dig in and put the right news out there. Shout outs to the YouTubers. Shout outs to the real news people out there who putting out that realness. And shout outs to the fans. Shout out to the people, the viewers who watch us and spread the word and spread the message, man. We ain't nobody without y'all, man. So thanks to y'all, to the old, to the new, to the people that just stopped by the view. Thank you. Peace.